Wow. That's all I have to say to open the show. Wow, Brian. What we just saw tonight was by far the game of the year in Arizona high school football. Welcome into AZ Replay, guys. I am Richard Warren, your host. We have Brian Snyder down there in the pit, guys. Chandler and Hamilton, the Battle of Arizona Avenue 2019 delivered and maybe even exceeded all of the hype. Our man Richard Obert was down there. And that's so many games with tons and tons on the line for so many teams, for us, so many individuals. We're going to get into all the highlights, all the scores, the standings, absolutely everything. Go down the list for you guys from the 1 playoff championship both nights. This is our final show of 2019, Brian.
It is, Richard. And your mic, can you reset your mic for me?
Yeah.
Just turn it off and turn it on.
Yeah.
I got you. While we're doing that, where in the world is Matt Wilhelm tonight? Well, he's still at Disneyland and evidently got a little scared. Here he is. He's a big Disney fan.
You got me now, Brian? 1 2 1 2.
Yep, there you go. Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you. There he is. There's Matt Wilhelm.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic stuff.
It's like, almost like the Heisman pose.
I like how you went Halloween themed too for the Where in the World is Matt Wilhelm this week.
Why
I
not?
love that.
Thank
It's
you,
Halloween
Matt.
weekend, man. It's Halloween weekend. You know, I ain't never
is.
heard the term Halloween weekend. I was down there at the restaurant down there. It's part of ASU dining, right? So all the ASU kids are in there. They keep calling it Halloween weekend. I mean, am I just that old now? I don't get the terms and the references anymore.
I don't know, but let's get to the
Let's get to the
games at
we're
hand here.
covering.
We got a lot to do tonight. This is great.
Absolutely. Some spooky matchups, including Hamilton and Chandler, which I'm not sure if you heard me kind of tell you guys about that game tonight. Absolutely living up to the hype. We're going to get to the highlights of that one. The Battle of Arizona Avenue, Williams Field, Higley, Highland Desert Ridge, Mesquite, Socorro. Chaparral and Liberty was a close second for Game of the Year for sure. South Mountain Central, Desert Vista, Queen Creek, Castile, Campo Verde, and Peoria and Cactus. The games that we were covering this week. But before we get into those highlights, before we get into what might have been the game of the year, we're going to take a look at those AIA Open Division rankings as of October 29th, 2019. You can see Chandler and Hamilton 1-5. This was a top 5 matchup. The 9-0 Wolves against the 8-1 Huskies. Sal Point, of course, the only other undefeated team on this list down in Tucson. Saguaro 8-1. They absolutely rolled in their matchup this week. Centennial Pinnacle, which had a tough loss this week, the loss of J.D. Johnson, announcing that he has a heart defect. He's going to have to step down from playing football entirely, although Michigan is going to honor his scholarship. Certainly devastating news, but you got to think that kid's going to have a bright future in football regardless. But our thoughts are obviously with J.D. and the Pinnacle family. Just devastating news for those guys.
And great news by Jim Harbaugh, granting a scholarship, telling him, hey, scholarship is still active. Come here. Be a part of our program.
You get a Michigan education. I mean, this is a great school. And so we're thinking about J.D. Obviously, we were all so sad to hear that news. But let's get into the highlights. The game of the week this week, it was Chandler and Hamilton. Our man Richard Obert down there on the sidelines. He did not disappointed. I'm going to see if he's got any new video. This was kind of a late-breaking game. I'm going to keep his timeline open just in case we get some late-breaking videos. But this was the play of the game right here. Brian, we were watching the live feed.
Oh.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, man. This put Hamilton up 2 scores with 27 seconds left in the half. A 71-yard fumble return that you have to see to believe. Picks it up, and he is gone. Chandler was already down in this game by this point. They fought back to make it a 1-score game, Brian. But right afterward, Chandler comes right back, a huge defensive stop by the Wolves. And they're looking with all this momentum they have.
Yeah.
And then the punt return for a touchdown squashed all that momentum they had in that moment.
Really incredible. And this second half of this game was
unbelievable.
Something to behold.
It was unbelievable. But Chandler, that loss of momentum did not slow them down. This was a blocked punt led to Eli Sanders tying this game at 35 with 8:26 left. Little did we know there was so much more of this game to be played at this point, but this was Eli Sanders with a pivotal touchdown in this game.
Look at that. Nice run.
Chandler never led in this game to this point, and this brought them as close as they were. Brian, let's get a final score. This one was so crazy. Let's see how it ended. 42-38 Hamilton. So let's walk you through a little bit what happened after that Eli Sanders touchdown.
Yeah.
So it ties the game at 35. Hamilton drives down the field. They get a field goal that puts them up 38-35, right?
Right.
Now it's Chandler's turn to go down the field. I think they had about 2 minutes, like 2.5 minutes left.
Right.
With Keene at quarterback, they're driving down the field. They're trying to do everything they can. They eventually get down there. They get the touchdown. So they're up 42-38.
Right.
Hamilton's got 17 seconds left in this game to come back. And
the kickoff.
What's that?
I mean, you got the kickoff. I mean, there's a lot. As much time as you think 17 seconds is.
Oh, my goodness. So much happened. And so Hamilton, they get to a point where they're at about midfield. You got about 5-7 seconds left, right? Quarterback drops back for a huge Hail Mary pass. Brady Shuck catches the pass at the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
So we think the game's over at this point. Time has expired.
Yeah.
The Huskies have made the play, but it was outside the end zone. Plays expired, but a flag comes out.
Yeah,
a flag comes out. They play an untimed down at the 5-yard line. So Hamilton, with no time on the clock, has a chance to win this game right at the end, but Chandler makes the defensive stop, avoiding a huge upset against the Huskies. They keep their winning streak alive in the battle for Arizona Ave. Whew.
Incredible. What a game.
I mean, Brian, I was telling you, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was on the edge of my seat so hard, I broke the chair. I broke the chair. I broke the support beam on my chair. That's how on the edge of my seat I was.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Good prop there. I like the prop there. Good job, Richard.
Absolutely. So that I've seen a lot of people, not just our people that are down, hashtag an easy replay down there at Chandler High, but I've seen a lot of other folks in the Arizona media market saying this might have been the best Arizona high school football game they'd ever seen. That's how good it was. We were watching the live stream, and it certainly looked that way.
It certainly had a little bit of everything.
Yep, absolutely. So let's get into our next game. We had Williamsfield and Higley. This was a late-breaking final score, but we had our man Chris Howley was down there. I'm going to see if Chris has anything for me here at the end. Yep, he's got the final score there, Brian. I'm going to spoil you a little bit. Williamsfield with a 42-38 victory there, but you're going to see that score graphic a little bit later. Chris Howley with the highlights. Williamsfield starting to go big in this one. This put him up 28-3. Kendricks Lurie with a big run. Let's see how this one went. I love the turf down there.
It's nice.
It's a nice looking turf. I like the bright grass. It's nice.
Oh, coming right at you.
Right at you. So Williamsfield starting to pile on here, but it didn't stay that way. It didn't stay that way. Look at this. Higley, Kai Milner had something to say about it, man. Kai Milner was not going down without a fight for the Knights.
Excuse me.
He pump fake, and he's just going to take it himself, diving right into the pylon. And the spike.
Oh, and he caught it.
To boot. What a great highlight there from Chris. We love it. We absolutely love it. And then the final highlight of the Knights, Kai Milner does it again. Comes back, he's looking, and he comes right through the hole.
Oh,
Nobody's
man.
there. Kai Milner But Brian, as your score graphic is going to tell us right now,
Or it won't.
Or
Remember, I don't have this one. This was so late.
That's right. We didn't have this one. That's right. It was late breaking, but 42-38 was the final score. Kai Milner just not quite enough to get that one done for the Knights.
No, man alive. That was another close game, just back and forth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep it going here on AZ Replay. Castile and Campo Verde. We had Damian Adams down there in the field for us. He was down there, hashtag an AZ Replay, of course. 36-yard touchdown pass by Dane Christensen. You're going to be hearing from him after we get through these highlights here. But take a look at this touchdown pass. You're going to see the back view, so we're behind the offense here. Number 12 in white, right down the middle. I mean, Just makes it look so easy, Brian.
Nice catch.
Look how easy Christensen makes this look. I mean, he's just like, whatever. No big deal. Okay. You know.
Right in the middle. I mean, that must have just been just easy. It went over the zone, basically.
Yep, absolutely. Here's another highlight from Christensen. This time we are in front of the offense, so coming right at you here. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, on the run, touchdown. Whew. So there you go. Absolutely. Castile starting to pile up on this one. Brian, can we get a score before we get the post-game interview?
We do. There it is, 42-17.
Castile moving to 7-3 on the season. That's a big win for them. And let's get to the interview here. We had Damian catching up with Christensen after the game.
Here with the quarterback for the Castile Colts. Excellent game out there today. Just heard that you threw for over 400 yards out there. What was it that you saw in this defense that you were able to take advantage of?
You know what? We prepared all week as a team, and we knew that we were able to take some shots downfield, which we executed today magnificently. And my O-line, they blocked their tails off all night. I got great receivers that catch the ball, make my job a lot easier. So I'm just so blessed to be on this team and to be their quarterback.
And this is the third straight week where you guys have scored over 40 points. What has given you guys this confidence in this road that you guys have been on?
Ever since that Higley game, we found a new fight in us, and we just knew that if we kept working and kept doing our thing on offense, that we can do this and we're capable of this. And we came out and we showed it tonight. So.
And not only was the offense rolling, the defense was excellent tonight. What did you see from the sideline from them guys?
Oh, defense stepped up big time. This is the best game they played all year. Campo's got a great offense, and our defense shut them down all game. So hats off to them. They played excellent. And, I mean, I'm so excited for the playoffs because we're at our best right now. And, I mean, watch out for the Castile Colts.
You heard it here first. Watch out for the Castile Colts.
All right, thanks, Damian, for that. Brian's going to show you some of the other scores that we were keeping an eye on around this big Friday, Week 11, around Arizona High School football. Yuma Catholic 32-26 over Odyssey. Centennial rolling 50-0 over Sunrise. Pinnacle 52-0 over Boulder Creek, and South Point 76-0.
Again, those are all scores that the Centennial, the South Point, the Pinnacle, that all matter in the open rankings, and they didn't hurt themselves tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pinnacle, I mean, I know Boulder Creek, is not exactly, a top 8 contender in that open division, but without J.D. Johnson, you don't know how that team is going to be able to respond. They did in a big way, 52-0 over the Anthem.
Exactly.
So
we'll see what happens. Tomorrow morning, by the way,
Yep.
The big open ranking announcements. Can't say that enough. It's going to be a very big morning.
It's going to be big, and you're going to want to keep an eye. Richard Obert on Twitter. He's at AZC_Obert, and he's going to have all his coverage on azcentral.com, the preps page. So you're going to want to make sure you get over there and you read Obert because he's going to have all the breakdowns you need on that one. Let's keep it going here. I think a close second for game of the week, no doubt about it, was Chaparral and Liberty down there in Chaptown. It was a fantastic matchup between the Firebirds and the Lions. Let's take a look. We had Anthony P. down there. Nice guy, tries hard. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. A touchdown catch, 15-yarder, Jack Helston. This is the one I was telling you about before we went on air, Brian. This was ruled a catch. Keep in mind, this is ruled a catch. Whoop. That's a touchdown catch. What say you?
I guess not. Look at how the receiver was going to go get the ball.
Does he ever have possession of his ball?
It's a tough one to tell. No replay available.
No replay
except
available.
Right here at AZ Replay.
Yeah. We could have provided them the technology. No, this was ruled a touchdown, so important context moving forward here in the highlights. But Chap football, again, tying this one up 21-20. And they had some trouble with Liberty in this game, but Jack Miller was not to be trifled with. He was throwing some bombs. That one included. You kind of lose sight of it a little bit, but that's right in the corner there. See the Liberty defender saying it was out of bounds. We didn't have a great look at it, but either way, it was ruled a touchdown. So Chaparral still in this game. And here is Tommy Christakos, Jack Miller's favorite receiving target, but guess what? He can do it with the leg as well. Take a look at this 34-yard field goal from the Cow commit. Putting it through. That's a legit field goal right there. So Anthony giving us the good stuff from Chaparral Liberty. Let's take a look. 36-35. Jack Miller with the game-winning play as time expired. You can't draw it up any better for the Ohio State quarterback commit. Kenny Bryant.
No, that was a great play. And Liberty had that game in hand almost. Again, these good teams will battle back. And Chaparral battled back tonight in a very big way. Yeah. And it was huge for their open ranking.
Huge game. You know who else played a huge game with South Mountain? They're awaiting their playoff fate. We're going to see their highlights a little bit later on. But, guys, if you haven't been checking out Beyond the Gridiron, you haven't been checking out this documentary series, it's by the AZ Central video team. It's on the AZ Central YouTube pages. We're going to give you guys a little sneak preview of what you've been missing. It's not too late to get caught up. Series isn't over yet, but it's coming to an end soon. So if this doesn't entice you, I don't know what will.
This is business. It's never personal. South Mountain, they're going to play you really tough, but they're not going to be dirty. Going to pick you up, dust you off, and we're on to the next play. Your legacy is what people say about you, not what you say about yourself. People didn't like our sportsmanship when we got here. A lot of old school football. You're soft, you're not supposed to help nobody up, kick them while he's down. You get your best games when you respect your opponent and when your opponent respects you. Helping a kid up after a play, that's not going to diminish your play. That's not going to diminish how you play the game. The biggest compliments that you can get is that your team plays really, really hard, coach, but they're so respectful. And for me, that's gold.
You feel that thing?
Yeah. Having South be a part of my home and knowing that I've been there 4 years, senior night is a big night for me. I'm going to miss talking to them every day, coming to practice with them every day, playing with them every day. I want to step on the field for the last time and know that I'm going to give it all that I have. And my mom is coming down from New York. I love having her there to watch me.
Our next senior, Devontae Ingram.
I remember seeing the past seniors go through this, and I always wondered why was they so emotional, but now I finally understand.
The give is to Devontae Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars!
All the hard work and everything, it's paying off, and this is your last moment on the field, and it just hits you. It really hits you.
Josiah came to class on Monday, and he had a note. I can kind of tell by the language of the note that he was cleared to play, and it's just fitting that, on senior night, he's getting the opportunity to play.
It was a rough journey, but we had a lot of fun. We did this as a program, together. So I don't take all the credit for nothing. It's not about me. It's about the whole football team.
1, 2, 3. Those are really hard-working young men. They're really respectful. They have really good sportsmanship. They love each other. They trust each other, and they can absolutely, positively, without a doubt, play some high-level football.
Pass is complete to the flat. To Travis Gamage, who breaks tackles and is in for a Jaguars touchdown.
Let's go, Javon! Let's go, Javon! Wait, Javon! Wait, Javon! Wait!
Let's go!
Take a one. Junior will score the county football team and spirit line.
Congratulations, boys. Sent y'all off with the crowd. Sent y'all off with the crowd. Let's go.
Congratulations, young man.
Family is a big deal to us and to me especially. And if you can continue to grow your family, then that's just the extension of your legacy.
Just being region champions and being able to make a mark on a community, that's something Mark and I always wanted to do. And this is not a job for me. This is something I love, and this is something that I always want to do. And so I get to just be a football coach and know that I just made an impact on some people that really needed it.
So look for an update on Monday for the upcoming episodes. Wednesday. Update on Wednesday for the upcoming episodes of Beyond the Gridiron. Brian, it's going to be interesting to see where South Mountain's going to end up.
And I think it's going to start even a broader conversation that's already started.
I think so.
And the coaches are talking about it. And the same thing that could happen to South Mountain this year happened to Betty Fairfax last year.
Yep.
Where they won the region and they missed out on the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But South Mountain needed to take care of business tonight.
They did, and they absolutely did. Let's take a look at the highlights. Danny Shapiro down there in the field giving us the sideline view. This was my favorite highlight of the night. Amir Boyd, Jalen Huckabee. South Mountain going up big 21-0 early on in this one. South Mountain in white here. Screen pass. And nobody is going to stop Jalen.
Wow.
Hurdles into the end zone. Let's take another look at that one here on AZ Replay.
Look at the move he puts on.
Whoop, whoop. Yep, that's a great move right there. South Mountain rolling in this one. Brian, let's see a score before we get the post-game interview here. 53-8 over Central. 7-3 for the Jaguars. And I'll tell you what, you're talking about, the coaches are talking about it, but the players too. They have something to say about why their team should be in the playoffs. Let's take a look and see what Amir Boyd, the quarterback, had to say after his team's win regarding their playoff fortune.
We grinded so hard on the off season, the spring, summer, everything. I feel like we should make it. We did everything we could against every team and everything. I just feel like we accomplished the goal.
If you guys don't make it, what do you think your legacy is? If you do make it, what do you think your legacy is? Does that change anything?
If we don't make it, we still the regional champs. We can still end off on a bang. But if we go, then we got to make a statement.
All right, thanks, Danny, for getting that post-game interview. Brian, thoughts on that?
I like that. And honestly, that's what this last preview was about the legacy that these coaches and these players, this group of players, the family that they've created will continue on beyond just this year. And for sure, South Mountain is a program on the rise.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's keep going here. Highland and Desert Ridge. The next game we're going to be talking about, Dana Scott down there taking a look here. Quarterback.
Intrepid Dana Scott.
Austin Cobb, a pick six to Daniel Wood. This is a great highlight. Take a look at this one. Things not going well for Cobb early on. Picked.
Oh!
And he's in.
Well, he just read that, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Yes, one more time, please.
Boop. And he's off.
Oh.
There you go. Things not going so well for Desert Ridge early on. Brian, let's see how this one ended. Oh. Well, it's okay.
Desert Ridge,
28-14.
Flip the script for you.
There you go. Highland falling to 7-3. It's a tough loss for Highland and a tough loss for the Matt Wilhelm family, but that's okay. Desert Ridge moving to 6-4 on the season.
As we know, they'll be at Disneyland, so they're totally fine.
He's feeling good. Dana Scott down there on the field taking a look at Desert Ridge celebrating after the game. Let's take a look and see what the scene was on the sideline.
I know we're not done together, but we've been to win zone, we've been through hell and back. Fellas, and we're coming out of it right now. We're on our way out, fellas. And we couldn't do it that way. Some of the best winners I've ever seen. Excuse me. Got it, guys. Love you guys, okay? Now listen, we're going to line you together. Hey, you're forgetting me. Hey! Let's go. Here we go.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice intimate moment on the sideline there captured by Dana. We appreciate you doing that, Dana. Fantastic stuff there. So, that they're the 6A Central champs, Desert Ridge is.
They are. And playoff bound, according to the coach there. So
I think absolutely. I think they should be. I think they deserved it. I mean, obviously the 6A Central champions, so they got that going for it. We had Edith down there covering Desert Vista and Queen Creek. Let's take a look at some of her highlights. I had this one here. Jared Bosworth, a massive catch. Take a look at this one here. Jared Bosworth, man, I love this catch. On the run, in the end zone, both feet in.
Count it.
Man, you love to see it. The Bulldogs getting on the board here early on. Let's take another look at that one here on AZ Replay. Watch the quarterback roll out. Boom. Fantastic.
He knew he had his guy at the back of the end zone.
Fantastic catch and throw captured by Edith there. And then here we go. Some more of the Bulldogs going up 36-29. Right up the middle, and he is gone. Protecting the football, avoids the horse collar. And he's in. Let's take a look one more time. AZ Replay. Gets through. Protection. Horse collar. Doesn't matter. He's in.
Nice play.
Great stuff. Let's take another look at the final score before we get to the post-game video. We got 43-29. Queen Creek. Tell you what, this team's got a pretty good shot, I think, at making some noise past Week 11. Let's take a look. You can see the players celebrating on the sideline with the student section, and Edith captured it all.
A little Fox Sports theme from the band as they celebrate. I like that. It was the Fox Sports theme, which is great. I haven't heard a band play that. I like that.
That's very creative. I love that from Queen Creek. So 7-3, go the Bulldogs. Now let's take it. We got even more highlights. We talked about Saguaro. They had to roll tonight over Mesquite. We had our man Brad Faldudo down there. Brian, can we see a final score of that game before we head over? We have Brad Faldudo down there. He caught up with Keely Ringo, but let's take a look at that final score before we see what Keely had to say. 53-0, the SaberCats, 9-1 now on the season, and their number one player, Keely Ringo, giving us some airtime after this game.
There he is.
Almost a relief to have this portion of the season over. And I mean, this is what you've been shooting for all year, is this open division.
Most definitely. It's a huge sigh of relief for us. Most definitely just being able to get more high-level competition. That's what we've been waiting for a while.
Was this a good way maybe to go into the playoffs, though? I mean, this way no one gets hurt. You just kind of are not. Or would you like more intensity?
There's a lot of pros and cons to the situation. As you were saying, nobody gets hurt. We can come in healthy into the open division, and also us being able to not play against as much competitive teams. So there's a lot of pros and cons to the situation.
All right.
Healthy. That was the key of that, for Saguaro, is being healthy, because they will be one of these teams that'll probably be at the opposite end of the bracket of Hamilton. They could make it there.
Absolutely, they could. Absolutely. And last game that we had something to do with here was Peoria and Cactus, a battle down there in the West Valley. Brian's going to pull up that final
score. You want the
score? Yeah, we're going to pull up that final score.
You want the score, Richard. I'll give you the score.
20-14, 8-2. Go the Cobras of Cactus High School.
The Panthers.
And we had a Cactus player, Connor Kortz, after the game, catching up with Howard Schlossberg. Let's take a look and see what Connor had to say after.
I'm Howard Schlossberg with the Republic, by the way.
Yes, sir.
You mind if we take this?
No problem.
Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Talk to me. How did you do that?
It's just, you just got to believe, man. Believe in God. God's here. I mean, the coaches got us a game plan ready at halftime, and we executed it perfectly. We said we need more than 2 touchdowns because they got 2 touchdowns. We put up 3. We said defense, we need a shutout. They put up a shutout, and we got the rivalry win.
Do you know what your stats look like at halftime? I don't think you want to know, do you?
I don't think I want to know. Just all I know is I made a mental error, throwing an interception, and not a lot of passing yards, maybe a couple rushing yards, but all I know is came out with the win and just got to thank my teammates.
How do you get the offense going in the second half?
Second half, it just took that bubble route Antonio caught, just really got us going because someone caught the ball and turned up and got some big time yardage, and it was huge for us. And then Anthony Flores, my amazing tailback, had some great runs, and our offensive line started executing.
The go-ahead TD pass to Rucker, was that the call, or did he just break open?
That was another play we put in at halftime. They were going with the bubble, so we did a bubble pump, and my man Todd just took off and didn't stop running, and I just believed in him and let it fly.
One last question. How dangerous are you guys in the playoffs now?
Oh, we're dangerous. I mean, we're going for it all this year. We're not leaving anything behind, and we're going out there and we're hoping to hold a gold ball at the end.
All right, thanks, Howard. You got
Wow, Howard, as excited as I've heard him all year, by the way.
Is that right?
Cactus basically shut out Peoria in the second half to come back to take the lead and win that game, a huge rivalry game.
Oh, yeah,
Peoria
absolutely.
Cactus, I mean, that was a big rivalry in the 80s, back and forth, winning state championships. And Cactus ready for the playoffs now.
Absolutely. Brian, you want to give us some of the other scores we were keeping an eye on this week?
I do.
All right.
I do. There we go.
Horizon, 48-7 over Desert Mountain. Notre Dame, 55-21 over PV. Millennium, 62-8 over Independence. And we were also keeping an eye on that La Jolla and Toyson game.
Tolleson.
I did that one just for you, Brian. That was a callback to last week, just so you know.
Last week's coming back up again before we get to the end of the show.
Absolutely,
but I see.
I got some late breaking news.
Oh,
for
I like
you.
this.
I got some late breaking news. Richard Obert is calling in, baby. He's called in from the Obert Mobile, giving us the breakdown of Chandler and Hamilton. Richard Obert, man.
Give me a second. There we go.
You got to take it away for me. This is Richard Obert, the one, the only.
He was at that game. Here we go. Game of the year, he said.
This is his breakdown.
238 victory over Hamilton. You know, Hamilton had a 2-touchdown lead in that fourth quarter, but Chandler's composure, their poise, they didn't get rattled when they were making big mistakes. They were having holding penalties. They had big runs called back by penalties. At the end of the game, they gave up a Hail Mary pass down to the 4, a roughing the passer penalty on Chandler, put the ball on the 2, giving Hamilton a free play with no time left. And Chandler makes a stop. Nick Arve couldn't find a receiver in the end zone, and Chandler holds on for a 42-38 victory. Unbelievable, and they'll take the #1 spot into the open division in 2 weeks. Reporting, Richard Obert, Arizona Republic.
Oh, I love that.
Live from the Obert Mobile, baby. Love it.
He credits the poise of Chandler.
Yep.
That's what he was talking about, the poise of Chandler. And if it was a
Never panicked, yeah.
No, they never panicked, including at the very end. The last penalty that we weren't sure about,
yep,
roughing the passer.
It was a roughing the passer call.
And that put the ball around the 2-3 yard line.
Because we were watching the live stream, and I think they thought the game was over at that point, so they cut the stream out. And then all of a sudden the stream comes back in, they're on the 5 yard line. We're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. All right, and the playoffs have started.
That's right. Yep.
In 1A, we're in the quarterfinals. Tonight, the quarterfinals and a couple of upsets.
A couple of upsets, but #1 ranked Williams, they had the bye week last week. They come back in. Arete Prep, not enough, 78-8. Hayden, 30-8 over Salome.
Yes.
#5 over #4, and we had Superior, 48-0 over
Fort
Thomas, and
that's not a hard one. Fort Thomas.
I know what's coming, and that's why I'm thinking about it. But Mogollon,
yes,
28-18 over Baghdad. Mogollon, a big upset over the #2 ranked Baghdad team that had a bye last week. But Mogollon, I just can't stop saying it now, comes back.
So Mogollon will take on Superior in
right.
the semifinals, and Hayden will take on Williams. I wanted to see Mogollon just go as far as they can.
Because you just want to hear me keep saying it?
Yeah. Well, and you know what? That's a fun story. #7 seed.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely is, yes. Fantastic stuff, guys. Well, that is going to be it for us here on AZ Replay. Brian, it's our last show. You plan anything fun, or you just going to go to AZ Central Sports to celebrate?
Yeah, no, AZ Central Sports to follow it all. I'm going to start that beautiful music we all love, which you don't normally hear, but
I can't hear anything. I'm deaf on this show, man. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for watching all season long. We really do appreciate it. I'm Richard Morin, of course. I'm at R.A. Morin, AZC on Twitter. I cover the Diamondbacks and Coyotes as well, so tune in. We have a Coyotes video series going on all season long called Dense Digest. Tune in if you have the time for that. If you're interested, Coyotes are going to be an interesting team this year, so I'd be happy to see your if you guys want to take a look at our coverage over there as well. Over at AZC Sports on Twitter, sports.azcentral.com. We got coverage of every single major college and high school sport in Arizona. So
And Beyond the Gridiron, the final episode will be coming up. Check in on Wednesday for more details about the next and final episode and to see if South Mountain makes the playoffs, and if they don't, what happens. And, of course, tomorrow morning, get ready. AZ Central Sports, high school, Richard Obert, as he was reporting in the Obert Mobile, will be reporting all morning long and into the afternoon.
Busy day for him tomorrow.
Oh, man, it's going to be exciting. You can watch it live on AIA 365 as well. And, of course, updates at azcentral.com.
Absolutely. Well, again, guys, we appreciate you coming along. If you sent that hashtag out, AZ Replay, at any point this season, we truly do appreciate it. We hope to see you guys again next year, perhaps. We will see if that is in the cards. I know Brian and I, speaking for ourselves, we'd love to be back here doing the same thing next year. It was super fun, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we had a blast.
All right. For Brian, myself, Richard Morin, and the elusive Matt Wilhelm, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have been AZ Replay. We'll see you guys some other time.